Today is Friday. Had today off. Spent some time with the wife. So now I'm down doing a little me time down to my man cave. So I wanted to do a quick video. Somebody was asking about my dioramas, and I hadn't showed them in a while. So this is kind of a diorama 2020. So I display my cars in these cases like that. I like to kind of look at them. You can see them. And I try to categorize them like Johnny Lightning, and then the Hot Wheels and Matchbox, but Auto World and so forth. But I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of mixing and matching them now. Some of them are really hard to tell the difference, M2s. But anyway, besides just putting them on display like this, some people do not open their cars, which I respect that much. And then they collect them on card. And of course they might not never open them up. And then they display them like this on the wall, which is fine. In fact, I do some. These are some of my extra ones that I've had. I like the card art, because the Hot Wheels is really coming out with cool card art. So I will take some of these down and open them up, because I like to look at them and see them, and you see stuff that you wouldn't have if you didn't open them up. So I do have a table that I do display them. I try to change up my table a little bit at a time, but I really haven't worked on it anymore. So you think of, you do it one way and then it's kind of hard to change it. I do like the open field part of it, where I can open them up and display them as I open them up to take pictures and such with them. But so the other day I just got this Green Machine dump bed. That is not the truck that came with it, but I like to mix and match. So anyway, so I got some rocks in there. So I think about construction workers going to a new open field that's got to be cleaned up, and there's workers there, and there's guys reporting the work, bringing equipment. Right there, you got Roscoe there, keeping an eye on people, making sure that they're not speeding the work. And then, like, here I have, like, say, this is an open field. Now, I think of this like a field of dreams, basically. There's sometimes when you're going to work, you'll pass a barn or something along the road, the edge of the road, and you'll see a car there. And my thoughts are always like, at one time that car used to be brand new, and it, somebody owned it, and what can you do with it now? And so I always have a heart for older vehicles, projects. Like, I see things like this. You might see a guy that's got a bunch of different makes and models of cars, and he's mixing and matches in them, and then going to fix at least one of them up and maybe sell the other one for parts or whatever. So this is kind of cool to display them like this. This is why I like the dusty look on some of the cars and some of the older cars, which they make them like Hollywood series, because they're not just like all nice and shiny cars that we see today. So then I got my canoers back there, my camping guys. So I haven't really worked too much on this table anymore. I've kind of got to a point where I probably won't do too much more. But it's kind of neat to put cars out, and then during this time nobody really comes over to visit, but they always like to kind of see what I've kind of changed up cars and different ones and makes. So it's always cool, because other people can, if they're not into diecast, this is like real world stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, we saw a certain car today, or a certain model, or hot rod or something. So there's my fire station that's always active, and I always think that they're in there to change their oils and maintain their vehicles. I've got a crane going on over here, which is a matchbox that's setting up like a transformer and doing some things with the matchbox construction truck there. Got a little building there with the HO scale. My little farm over here. that the guy's building a fence and for his horses. He's got an old rail yard next to it. So, like I say, the diorama is always something that I like. This is actually, gas station 1/64 scale with other things. So it kind of helps you display your vehicles differently. Like I say, that's why I like the older cars that are. This is actually the Hot Wheels from Beverly Hills Cop. So that's why I like the different brands, I guess. You get the variety of different cars. Not just all Hot Wheels, but I mean everything. All different type of diecast. So then you have your different themes of Hot Wheels. And then, certain things that we always relate to. Toy Story and Ghostbusters and Batman and all that. So that's one part of the diorama. And then where I actually, if you watch some of my videos now, I open my videos here on this diorama, which I really like this one. It's just a smaller version, just enough to kind of give me something where I can place the vehicles on and take a picture with the background and stuff. It always, just like I say, always makes the cars look cool. So this over here is having a car show, basically. Different variety of cars. A green light. Right there's an M2. So again, I like it when the hoods open up, because it gives them that realistic. Going to a car show and seeing cars with hoods open, they're always really proud of their work, if they've worked and slaved over hours of fixing these things up and painting them. And so some old classic cars. But that's it on the diorama. This one here is not very big at all. It's not as wide. So I think about making a smaller one maybe. But you have a lot of things rolling around in your head how you think it should be, and then it ends up being something different from different angles. But there's guys out there that can make some really killer dioramas. I just don't. I don't want to spend a lot of money on that, because I'm into buying the cars, and that's where I want to spend most of my money at. But this has been fun doing this diorama at the very beginning. If you go back on the first couple really early videos of mine, you can kind of see how it's came along a long way. So this is only this is what, May. So I started, I think, around January making this diorama. So but anyway, just kind of how I like to display some of my cars. I'll leave them on the table for a little bit, and then I'll come over here and all these cars will go back up on the wall somewhere, and I'll make more room to. I have more room to put a couple more cases. I just haven't bought any lately. I need to finish this wall up here. I got plenty of wall space to put up more cases, and then I got some jammers I can fill up too if I need to make more room. So alright guys, thanks for watching, and collect what you like. And if you don't have a hobby, this is a kind of a fun hobby. You don't have to get too extreme. You can buy one of these cases or two of these cases. My son's got, I think he's got 6 cases right now, and he uses it. He's got those filled up, and he's kind of slacked off on buying any cars right now. But he waits till if I accidentally buy a couple extra, and I just give them to him. So, but he enjoys collecting a few Hot Wheels. So he's got some Hot Wheels and Matchboxes. But anyway, it doesn't have to be expensive at all if you buy certain cars. But if you buy, if you want to go to the real expensive cars, the details are very good on some of these. Auto World, and when you got moving parts like this, and the detail on these things is really cool. So start out with these or M2s, very easily to find at your local stores, or you can just go online and order some of these older ones. So anyway, just fun thing to do. Kind of keeps me out of trouble, and keeps me, if the wife wants to do her thing, then she can do her thing, and or the kids are busy doing something, and I can come down here and just piddle. That's all I like to do, is piddle. I got some extra buildings down there I might do something with. I got some other vehicles I got to open up, and some tubs that I still got to go through to clear out. But so that's the overall view of my diorama there. Nothing real big, nothing fancy. So, alright guys, take it easy. We'll see you. Bye.